Nice.
People say that nothing in the world can be changed by a small group of people, but nothing in the world has been changed without it. You know?
Do you want to talk to us for a second?
I don't know. I tried doing that a second ago. Just kind of like, I'm not a public speaker.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay. Did you? But Rick, did you see
What's the? Yeah, can you hold that up? Or yeah, there you go. Be
I
responsible.
like that one.
Self-educate. Very good.
And then this is. I liked this one. This
Oh
one's
yeah,
one
I
of my-
saw that when I was marching.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where did you come up with an idea for it?
My brain, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's so true. It's totally true.
It's disgusting.
Oh yeah.
You know, terror,
I totally-
fear,
it's
everything. We justify everything by your fear. You fear terrorism, so we'll go bomb Afghanistan. Don't worry about, you know, all the oil in Iraq and everything we're getting out of all that. That's ridiculous. No, that we don't have an agenda. No, George Bush didn't invest in all those war profiteering companies 2 months before 9/11.
Don't worry about the drone strikes.
Don't worry about the drones. Oh, how apparently there was like drones over Omaha over the last week. Like just people have been spotting them. Like, come on, we're pro-life, but yeah, we're gonna bomb the shit out of life in other countries. But you know, we're pro-birth. That's a better way to put it. We're pro-birth.
Oh yeah, they're pro.
They're not pro-life.
They're pro collecting
pro-
taxes.
They're pro-profits. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pro-profits, not
Yeah, they're pro
pro-birth.
profits. Yeah, they're pro corporate cronies. But
It's just, you know, so, our defense, they're saying, no, quit giving us money and tanks. We don't want them. We have 2,000 sitting in the California desert collecting dust that we won't use. 2012 election, the GOP was trying to get them to take more money, invest more money in defense. Obama just had a speech about how powerful we are because of our defense, our war, our military. We do not need to decrease our budget for defense. It's ridiculous.
what was it like? Like not even half the budget would like put every American kid in college? Or
No. All right. So the world to end the world hunger is estimated at like $30 billion. That's what the world spends on defense in 8 days. So if for 8 days we just say no, let's just not kill people for these 8 days, everyone would be fed. Everyone would be fed. This is ridiculous. Like people just, capitalism has failed. Capitalism, it puts money. Humanity is just down here. That's humanity. These are profits.
So what do you think? What do you think is a good solution?
You know, I've just recently realized what's important to me in my life, you know, and everything, and so I haven't researched. I'm thinking just basically, all right, there's the Vision Alignment Project. It's just basically, do you know of? Or just similar projects.
I'm open-minded. I think anything is better than this solution.
Like 3 times a week I get an email and they say what we envision. And just like basically instead of trees and corporate things, we have gardens growing, just like fruit, vegetables, things like that. Just, you know, people don't mess with it. There's no need for greed. Greed, hate, and fear are like the 3 biggest things I want to conquer in our society, in our world, globally. Like you can think local, federal, state, whatever, but we got to think global. Like the big picture, you know, the ending. You know, I mean, capitalism is a huge problem I see across the globe. That's the biggest problem. I'm young. I'm just recently waking up and seeing these things and self-educating myself.
Right.
You know, not believing what everyone tells me.
Right.
Forming my own opinions.
Right.
So I don't know exactly where we go, but that's where we delegate.
But it's got to be something better.
Yeah, exactly. Like I see the problem, and I know people that I could delegate solutions. Like they could be like, find a solution. How do we provide food for everyone? How do we make a 4-hour workday possible? You know, there's no need to work 8 hours or 12 hours a day, whatever you're doing, 60 hours, 40 hours a week. That's not. I don't think that we need that. I think if we worked 4 hours, we would work harder for those 4 hours because we're going to be leaving in 4 hours. You know, we would be the best human beings that we can be. You know, I mean, everyone's trying to outdo the Joneses, their neighbors. That's the capitalism. It becomes a competition. Politics is a competition. Religion is a competition. Life has become a competition. It shouldn't be a competition. It's not a competitive sport. It should be played as a pickup game, a friendly pickup game where everyone wins because they enjoy the day of playing the game.
Right.
You know, and we should all help others to succeed. You know, help me help you. You know,
Yeah,
type
totally.
thing. Like seriously, like there's no. I get such immense gratification and, from helping Habitat for Humanity, helping people, for the day. Like spending a Saturday helping people clean up a neighborhood block. That's amazing. It's way better than watching TV. There's nothing good on TV. It's all brainwashing. It's ridiculous. It is. I haven't even worn deodorant in like 7 months. I don't stink. I feel like a human. I feel like a human. Yeah. I mean, there's so many things. Water. 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. Drink more water. It'll flush out the toxins. What's that?
Oh, this guy's
water.
a beast. He did the entire march with like 8 drink of water. Do you want more, dude?
I'm good, thanks, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
going.
I think our water and fluoride, I don't know exactly the specifics to health. Like apparently it dumbs us down, which I believe America's pretty dumb. Why is it that Florida doesn't? Florida's just, they're trying to pass fluoride in the water right now because you don't have to have fluoride in the water. But like, regardless of the health benefits, it's the ethics of it. Like you're forcing medicine on the people. It's like putting aspirin in the water, essentially, fluoride, because, it helps your teeth. That's our decision. Ethically, you cannot force medicine on the people.
Yeah.
Like we have no choice. We have to drink tap water. That's how we get our water. If you're putting medicine in it, then we have no choice but to drink the medicine and whatever negative effects that has on us.
If I could ask a question, where do you think the line is drawn between, let's say an institution like a city, making sure that the water's clean for everyone, but also not medicated, what if there was a chemical that maybe cleaned it up but didn't have anything? Would what would be, what's the line there?
I don't know the science behind it, but I can go to the store and buy a mineral filtering system where it just filters the water over minerals. In fact, I can hook my whole house up to it, not just my faucet. Why can't we do that for our water source? Ogallala Aquifer, Keystone XL, I think that's one of the biggest problems
Here's
right
a question.
now.
What do you think? I mean, if people wanted to choose, though, if people wanted to choose to use like a city plant or a plant that was a water plant, a treatment plant that was large enough for the city, if someone wanted to use that, but it shouldn't be like the only choice. Is that maybe what you're saying? Like you shouldn't be forced to have to use.
I just don't see the need for. I have toothpaste. I don't need fluoride in my water. Like people spend, how long detailing their car? Why don't you just spend a little more time on your teeth? Just do your own detailed cleaning, flossing, brushing, all that shit. There's no need for fluoride in the water. I think that's completely unnecessary. I don't know if there's a hidden agenda, but just the fact that there's fluoride is unnecessary.
What do you think, Rick? I mean, if someone didn't want to use the city, if someone didn't want to use fluoridated water, I mean, how do you feel about that?
That'd probably be the best solution is to take it on your own and like you said, get a filter of some kind. I think.
But I mean, what's your point? Like, you think it should be there? It should be available as an option,
why do you think it should be there at all? Is my question.
That's a good question.
I mean, because we have, toothpaste, mouthwash, everything available, all the medications available to us at the store. Why do we need it in our water supply?
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that like I don't know the science behind it either, because I know fluoride has been in the water forever.
I hear a lot of things, and you can call it conspiracy theories, but that's just trigger words. But a police officer is a conspiracy theorist. He sees a conspiracy and he theorizes why they're conspiring to do these things. So the whole idea of conspiracy theory is just trigger words to discount any information that person may say.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I think there's a lot of semantics that goes on.
There's so many, like John Friend at Central. He was my grade. He was 04. John Friend. He's in San Diego right now, and I started debating him because he used a lot of trigger words, which I associate with anti-Semites. Because he's an advocate for the American National Association.
For this event. I'd be interested to know if you guys would want to.
See, but I talked to him, and I don't like to call it debating, because I don't think there should be a winner and a loser. A debate also turns it into a competition. We should be discussing, and we should be working through a common solution instead of saying, no, I'm right, you're wrong. That's just politics, like I'm right, you're wrong. it's unnecessary. Like, we need to come to a common solution. That's why debating, everything's a competition in life, and it shouldn't be.
So along the discussion lines, I mean, if someone, it's just so saying someone's wrong, you think, if you say whatever idea you have, that's wrong. You don't think that you think it should be more like, here's some ideas.
Here's some ideas. All right, it's the same thing with like reasoning with yourself. Because at one point you had those same ideas. You thought, oh, maybe. All right, I'm gonna push the limits here. I'm gonna say, oh, maybe the Jews are taking over the world. And then you rationalize with yourself, no, that's just stupid. It's not Jews. It's not the faith. It's just those certain people have embraced an ideal. Capitalism. I'm not saying the Jews invented capitalism. I'm just saying a certain group embraced capitalism, and that may be wrong. So you just need to rationalize with them the same way you rationalize with yourself that greed, all those things are just wrong. Like, you don't want to have those thoughts. You should be able to convey adequately. You shouldn't have those thoughts either.
So when it comes to something like maybe Mansanto, though,
sure. I mean, they're playing the game. They're doing very well at it, but they're not doing anything horribly wrong. They're playing within the system. Yeah, we see the corruption and what's going on, but they're playing in the system. They're playing the game. We're all playing by the same rules. We just have to appeal to them. I don't know. It's just basically life's a pickup game. Reason with them.
Yeah.
Don't use weapons. Don't use competition. You gotta just reason with them.
Yeah.
Be rational.
Yeah, can you imagine someone running through all the stores? Like if someone ran through with burning down Whole Foods or something. You have to eat GMO.
That's just as evil as
exactly. It's
exactly. It's evil.
I think it's evil to take away someone's. I don't know. The best description I have is someone's choice, someone's ability to And do you think when you talk to people that don't know anything about GMO,
and there's so many. Ignorance is a problem in America. It's not a derogatory term, ignorance. It's just the fact of the matter, is that people are ignorant.
Right.
It just happens. I mean, mainstream media is a huge thing. They don't tell you everything you need to know. Like with the Keystone XL pipeline, you didn't hear anything about Mayflower, Arkansas having a river of oil through their streets.
Yeah.
You had to find that on the internet, and then eventually they had a blurb on, the 10 o'clock news or something for, oh yeah, there was this oil spill. But now, how about these Afghanis coming after us, everyone hates America, we gotta fight first, strike first. They're all coming after us.
Yeah.
Common sense needs to be more common.
I agree. I totally agree. And I don't know. To me, I think stuff like this is at least a first step.
It is. People just need to get involved. I think TV is a huge way to brainwash people and just I don't need to go experience life. I can watch these people experience life and live vicariously through them. What are the Kardashians up to? I'm really curious. That must be awesome. Having Bruce Jenner, an Olympic gold medalist, as a dad. I'm gonna live that life for an hour. Oh look, a porn tape. It's just.
What do you think about the cycle of kind of like the chicken and egg theory? You could argue maybe that there might be a little bit of a conspiracy between the people that want to put out certain kinds of media and have control over everything from news to entertainment, or are people almost kind of demanding that, or is that is that what they want to is that what they want to see? Do they want to see the Kardashians, and that's why they put them on?
I think
so. Is it kind of a reverse thing?
They think it's socially acceptable. They think that that's the social norm, and they want to be a part of the society. So they follow suit, so that they have something to talk about around the water cooler instead of talking about, oh, I went to this awesome Monsanto rally. Oh yeah, dude, I was there, right behind you.
Right.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? Instead of, oh, did you see what happened on the Kardashians or whatever was on TV nowadays.
What is it? It's like 3 corporations own
exactly.
Most of the media.
How 3 owners.
How can you not?
For all the media you want.
How can you not? Common sense would dictate if they have an agenda, they're pushing that agenda on us. They have complete control over that agenda, whatever it may be. If they want to push the products that line their pocketbooks or their wallets, line their pockets with money. It's just, I don't know. There's just that's why I love NPR. NPR is it's still mainstream media, but it's funded by the people.
By the people.
And like the commercials on there are like corporations I haven't even heard of. Like they're wonderful corporations. NPR is it, and it's uplifting. Like yeah, it's world news, so it's got a sad factor to it because the world is in a sad state. But it always uplifts you. Like wait, don't tell me. All the different things. It's always comedy. There's always something that makes you laugh, like while you're watching it. You know, there's times to be serious and like this is what's going on in the world. But then, you know, oh yeah, that's funny. But if you watch, you know, Channel 7 News at night, it's all just miserable, fear, terror, everything. Oh, all the gangs in North Omaha, kill, murder.
And then here's a puppy story. And then they also add a bunch of stuff that isn't news. I feel like that's one of my biggest beefs with local news.
Oh, yeah, there's like fluff.
There's
like,
so much fluff, dude. I hate it.
Sure, that's unnecessary, and it's like it's not uplifting fluffy.
Yeah, it's like, how does this affect me? How does they run a bajillion stories? That's not to say there's nothing to take away from them, but
no, exactly. But you have to sift through their agenda to find it, and we shouldn't have to do that. That's why NPR. It just seems like they don't have an agenda. Sometimes they might, like after the Boston Marathon, they were like instantly went to the terror mode, and they were like, the person who might be responsible is I think he's a Muslim, or no, he doesn't drink alcohol or do drugs. Does that mean he's a Muslim or an Islamic? You know, all these different things. It's just like trigger words they instill for fear. Like even NPR falls victim to it. You know, it's just, you know, they're in the same world. You know, the whole theory behind hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Do you know, like the true meaning of that? Like I know that you. Like in the Western world, like we've turned that into turn a blind eye. Oh, there's someone killing someone. Speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil. Oh, I just saw someone steal something. Speak no evil, speak no evil. That's not what it means. It means that if you see evil and you hear evil, your body internalizes it like your sour milk, like you're drinking sour milk, and your body rejects it, so it has to get it out. And the only way it can get that out is through actions and speaking. Hence, so it's a mathematical equation. If you hear evil plus see evil equals you will speak or do evil. That's what it is. Mahatma Gandhi, he said, have no possessions. Completely had no possessions, except for one. He had one possession. It was a statue of the three wise monkeys. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. That's how much it meant to Gandhi. Like, am I smarter than Gandhi? Hell no. Am I willing to learn from Gandhi? Hell yes. You know, like really look into that and like how it's been corrupted in the Western world, but like go back to its roots and what it really means. And you can see like the cops, all the violence that the cops are perpetrating. Like it's obviously it's a small group of cops that do these horrible things.
Oh, but it's still happening.
Yeah, you can't deny the statistic, but the statistics say it's very rare that a cop will victimize you. You know, I mean, you might be touchy. Oh, he hit me with a club because I was trying to steal this candy bar. Were you resisting? Do you think that he didn't know if he had a gun? Maybe it was in his mind it was like justified. But you have to know how they're trained and all these things, which is also another scary thing. How we're militarizing our police force with SWAT and all and the like.
Armored personnel carriers.
Exactly, it's very militarized, and they don't really need a warrant. They can just smash in your house thinking you have drugs. Oh, I'm at the wrong house. Yeah, I scared the crap out of you. Literally, I'm sorry. You can clean yourself after we leave. But, you know, we got to go next door now. It's just fear, you know?
Yeah, and I saw the other day, it was, I think it was not even a week ago, there was a SWAT team that broke into for me, like, I'm not opposed to, like, marijuana, you know, like...
No. I'll touch on that in a second. Go ahead.
Well, and they broke into the house, and I can't remember if they had a warrant or not, but they broke in. They didn't rough up any person, any human, but they killed 2 dogs.
Yeah.
They killed, and it was crazy because they released a video of it, and it just goes to show like where's the accountability, you know? And you know what, like over some plants that people were smoking, we're like killing their loved animals.
We absolutely need to decriminalize drugs.
I think so.
Across the board.
I think
if they want to do horrible things to their body, you know, educate them, let them know what they're doing. Like, yeah, it's real fun in the moment, but these are the effects of what you're doing. Like, again, ignorance is a problem, and like affecting the brain. That's why Colorado and Washington was able to pass marijuana legalization. Nothing in politics happens by accident. nothing in politics happens by accident. The government wants us to smoke more marijuana. I smoke marijuana every once in a while in moderation. It brings me back to a spiritual state. It kind of reminds me of where I was, where I'm going. But when I smoke marijuana, my brain does not work to capacity. So absolutely that would work in the government's favor that's trying to do these horrible things to us. Monsanto, Keystone XL, war with Iraq, war with Afghanistan, war with whoever they choose. We can find reasons to bring war upon them.
Right.
We spend 26 times, or no, we spend more money on defense than the next 26 countries combined.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do we have such a fear in America? Why is America so fearful? Do you think it might be because of the war profiteers, Lockheed Martin, all the oil companies, obviously, the whole opium thing in Afghanistan, the poppies and stuff like that for pharmaceuticals? Big pharma's another huge problem. Why don't they release the medical records for Adam Lanza?
Yep.
Did Adam Lanza do it? I don't know. You killed him. He's not on trial. I'm very interested to see how this trial with the Boston bombings is going to turn out.
Yeah.
I just want to know. But like, why won't you release the medical information on what psychiatric drugs that guy was on? Like, before what was it, 1979 or something like that, when Prozac was made and released to the public for anti-anxiety, anti-depression, whatever it is. Depression was rarely associated with violence. It wasn't until these drugs started being pushed on the people. Here's a magical pill. No, don't think about your feelings. Don't try and work it out with a psychologist. I'm a psychiatrist.
Right.
I will give you the drugs, the miracle drugs. Yeah, you have to be on it for the rest of your life, but you know, it'll cure what ails you. And then, oh, don't worry about the suicidal tendencies it'll give you and the homicidal tendencies it will give you. Look up the facts. Like, these antidepressants, antipsychotic drugs are just, they're horrible. Like, what they're doing to the brains. It's just, I don't know, it's horrible. And then, like, they'll give you an antidepressant, and then they'll give you, like, Xanax. Like, take Xanax for the next month until, you know, the antidepressant has time to work through your brain and get those chemicals, those synapses in line. But it'll work to get your synapses in line, but you need Xanax so that you don't really feel that depression until the drug takes place, and then it'll take you off Xanax. But after 30 days of taking Xanax, you're hooked on it, and you're like, I think Xanax is really working for me, you know? Gotta get my fix, you know?
What did